Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Falak Khan, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Vinayak Hegde. Hello, welcome, Mr. Hegde. We are glad to have you here today with us on FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you, Falak, for the warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. So let me give you a quick brief about Mr. Vinayak Hegde. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated expertise in various domains, including boiler operation, energy audits, and business management. He holds a boiler operation engineer certificate from the Directorate of Factories and Boilers, Government of Karnataka. He is also a Certified Energy Auditor, that is CEA, under the aegis of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India. He is a fellow of the Institution of Engineers India, showcasing his commitment to the field. Moreover, he is a member of the National Safety Council of India, further emphasizing his dedication to maintaining a safe work environment. Since 2012, Mr. Hegde has been with Adani Power Limited, Mundra, where he currently holds the position of General Manager in Operations and Maintenance. So, Mr. Hegde, could you tell our viewers about your journey from mechanical engineering to your current role as General Manager in Operations and Maintenance at Adani Power Limited? How did you navigate this transition, and what were the key milestones in your career that shaped your professional growth?
Thank you, Falak, once again. My journey started 25 years ago. After graduation in mechanical engineering from Mysore University, I joined a public sector undertaking of Government of Karnataka, Mysore Paper Mills, as a management trainee. My dream started there only in the function what have started my career. So I started looking after the technical aspects of the paper mill and as well as the captive power plant in that organization. So I gained the technical skills with that year. I had a dream. Yes, I had a dream that to become a general manager of the function in my career. So I started working on my dream in the initial years of my career itself. So I started gaining the technical skills in order to make a big foundation for that, my dream. So I started working with the captive power plant in that organization. I worked in shifts, night shifts. I worked in the field. I worked in the project site. I worked with the laborers. I understood how the labor workers will think, how they will work on the job. So all those basic aspects I have learned in the initial years of my career. And also how the labor and management relationships, what are the expectations of the management from the laborers, and in the similar way, how the laborers expect from the management. So all those grassroots experiences I was able to gain from the beginning of my career. So that has helped me along. So over a time, after gaining the technical skills, I thought that I should gain managerial experiences. So in order to gain the managerial skills, concepts, and experiences, I enrolled for the MBA course in operations management. So I completed the operations management MBA, and after that, I have not looked back toward my career. So continuous growth has happened. After that, I joined JSW Group. I started looking after the project management there. In JSW Group, there was a transition from 4 million tons to 10 million ton capacity enhancement project was there. So I started working in the focus on the power plant project there, and also the steel plant expansion project in the overall. So I gained the project management experience, and I also understood the importance of the project parameters like timely completion of the projects, management of the resources, allotted resources, and how to lead the team, assigned team, how to provide the resources, how to best utilize the team talent. So all those skills I have learned during this working with the JSW Group. So this has helped me totally this technical concept as well as the managerial concepts understanding. So this has made a very good foundation. So after that, I have moved to the Adani Group since where I am working now since last 12 years here. So I started with Adani Group looking after the fuel management systems, operation and maintenance, and also the power generation, control room operations, and also the maintenance of the balance of plant equipments and associated systems in the power plant. So this is how I transitioned from an engineer to the general manager level. I have handled various functions like fuel management, operations management, and maintenance management. So I have gone the full circle in executing the roles and the responsibilities and gaining the overall experiences to become a general manager. So that's what it takes everything from out of you to become a general manager in such a big conglomerate.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And really interesting career journey so far. And I'm sure that you've just grown over the years for better. Yes.
Yes.
So safety has been a recurring theme in your career, from your involvement in safety culture transformation projects to your role as a trainer for safety interactions. How do you approach safety management in the power industry, and what measures have you implemented to ensure the well-being of your teams and the environment?
Yeah. Advocacy of safety is paramount importance in all aspects of life, I say, not only in the industry. It is in the home, it is in the road, it is school, everywhere. Safety is of paramount importance to everyone. So it should be there at every places, and we have to follow it. In industry, earlier safety was viewed as a regulatory compliance, but over the years it has been changed as a culture. We should have the safety culture in the organizations. It is not just for any compliance purpose. So in power industry, it has to be very reliable, and we have to generate affordable power, and we should have the safe systems for the process. So many people think that electricity is granted. Electricity is granted in home. Like if we flip on a switch, power will come and the light will be on. But many people do not understand the hard work behind making such an electricity, where men and women are working very hard to make this happen, right from sourcing of the coal, transporting the coal, and firing it in the boilers, and generating the hot steam, and moving it in the turbine, and also the generation of electricity, and then distribution and transmission of the electricity. So a lot of activities are involved, and many hazardous activities are there. So safety takes a prime place in the process. So here what we are doing is we are developing a culture where there is a minimal supervision. Once the culture is developed in the industry, we will not look the safety as a simply compliance. It is inherent in the people activities, people thinking, people acts. So such a system we are developing. So in order to develop, we will follow some certain programs, safety programs, that is including the workers, including the management. Everyone has to involve it. Every stakeholder has to involve it. So certain programs is involved. So the best approach is the cultural change we should bring in. First approach is visible management leadership. Management has to be committed to bring a good safety culture in the organization. So it has to be visible, right from sourcing of materials, sourcing of services, safety has been evaluated. If there is a service provider comes to us, we will evaluate the safety, how safely he delivers the systems. Normally, the conventional system is to go with the less cost service provider. But we see here how safely they will deliver the services. What is their record on the safety performance deliverance? So that aspect will be evaluated for every service provider. And also material procurement also we look into these aspects. Apart from that, secondly, labor participation in the program. How laborers, workmen, they voluntarily involve into these safety programs. There were days you put some penalty to the workers and get the compliances, but they are not yielding any results as expected. They are only for the time being remedies we used to get in the resolution process. So voluntary involvement of the associates in the business, worker participation, that gives the boost to development of the culture. And also eliminating of the hazards, eliminating of the unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. So that will be beneficial with the involvement of the workers who are directly doing the work. And also safety has been viewed as a safety department function, but the concept has been changed. Safety is a line management function. Those who are directly involved with the work, they have to ensure the safety. We are responsible for our safety. I am responsible for my safety and my team's safety. So with that change in concept, the culture has to be developed. So this is one aspect. And the third aspect is monitoring mechanism, governing and monitoring mechanisms that should be included in the safety program. It is always happens that we develop so many safety programs, but if the monitoring mechanism over a period, it is not there, then the programs, how best they are designed, they are deemed to be a failure. So workers will be constantly changing. Employees may be changing. Organization process also gets changing. So for such a changing environment, this monitoring and governing mechanisms, they play a good role. So along with the programs, we should have a strong governing and monitoring mechanism. So this totally brings us the safety culture, which is more required for the power plants in these days.
Right.
And also one more thing is industry, especially the power industry, is going towards the decarbonization, looking for a clean energy. So in order to go for a better energy systems, better use of resources, these safety systems are also helpful.
That's very much important as well.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So you have attended countless trainings and certificate programs. What has been the inspiration for continually widening your work purview?
Yeah. And this continuous learning has been the theme since the beginning of my career. I want to recall an incident which happened 15 years back. I was traveling from Delhi to Bangalore in a flight via Ahmedabad. It so happened that my co-passenger was Mr. Abdul Kalam, ex-president of India.
Right, that's great.
So I got the opportunity to interact with him, and at the end, he gave me an autograph rating saying that knowledge makes you great. I still preserve it today, and I cherish it every day by seeing those sentences. So it gives me a inspiration every day to learn new things. So I started looking at different areas apart from my professional expertise. So I started looking for other personality building mechanisms. So all those things I have included over the years. Further, I'm a firm believer in the saying that 21st century illiterate persons are not those who can't read or write, but the person who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I update myself with the changes, what is happening in the external world, and I constantly in the lookout for the new things. It is like there is one saying in Sanskrit, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha, that noble thoughts come from all directions. That's right.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely. So when we talk about corporate governance, like we want to know how and when did you develop an interest in corporate governance?
In my 25 years of experience, I have seen two types of organizations. That is, one is old organization, which was around more than 75 years old, and also the new nascent organizations, aged 7 years, 8 years. So if I see the rise and growth of these two types of organizations, I realized corporate governance has more role to play and more contributions to make in every organization's history. So I have gained this technical skills, managerial skills, all those skills I have gained. But over a period, I got an impression that these two skills are not sufficient for the further career development. So I started getting the interest in the corporate governance. In fact, the one of the company, which was 75-year-old, I was being in the beginning, I was associated. It has got a fall. So what made that fall? I started analyzing. So it was the practice of the corporate governances, what they have followed. So there was a mistake in the corporate governance policies, what they have made. So it led to such a industrial leader for the 75 years that has been gone to a fall. So that made me an impression in my mind, so that I should do something about the corporate governance and I should acquire those skills so that I can contribute more. So I started working in this direction, and fortunately I got involved in the certified course with the Directors Institute, and I got certified also after getting the formal training. And apart from that, if I see the nascent organizations which are 7 years old, they have grown tremendously in these years where I'm standing now. So if you think how they have grown up, so that's also because of the corporate governance practices they have followed.
Definitely.
How they have adopted with the changes of technology, with the changes of socio-political or legal environments,
Right.
how they have followed, how they have complied. So that totally leads to that growth. So that gives a firm belief to me that corporate governance plays a key role in every organization rise and fall.
Yes.
So that's why my interest came on improving on that aspect. And also, since my college days, I used to study the annual report of companies. So I used to get thrilled while reading those annual reports of the companies, their vision, their balance sheet. It was very interesting subject for me since those days. So that's why how I developed the corporate governance
Yes.
subject close to my heart.
Yes, that's very much important, definitely.
Yeah.
So, as a corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Yeah, good question, Palak. Yeah, that is a good question, Ms. Palak, you have asked. Yeah, you may be aware that I'm from a middle class background. So the values of a middle class background families that has been inherent in me, like the value of money, how we earn it. So what goes into the earning of money, how hard work we do for earning the money. And also equally important is if somewhere we put the money, so what is the value we get for the money? So this is the same how the investors or the stakeholders expect from the organizations or from the boardrooms, how much value they will get for their money. So this concept of value enhancement to the investors, when I represent the board as an independent director, so that is my prima facie duty. I have to bring justice and value to the investments what the investor has made in the organization. That is my first philosophy. And other things, representation of the rights of the stakeholders. How can I become the voice of the stakeholders? How can we get the right representations for the stakeholders or the investors in the boardroom in order to bring best out of the decisions? Secondly, ensuring the organization shall sustain the environment of technological changes, political changes, legal changes, or socio-cultural changes. So that changes has to sustain. Boardroom has to adopt to such changes, and we have to frame the policies. So my advice, my decisions, they will matter the most in sustaining those changes in the environment. So we have to ensure that organization moves fast with all these changes happening. So this has been seen with my earlier company experience. It couldn't withstand the change. So in order to withstand the change, we have to change the policies. We have to change our action plans according to the situation. So that aspect I will strongly advocate in the boardroom. So these are the two aspects.
That's really very great, and I wish you all the best for the same.
Yeah.
So when we talk about technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, and Web 3.0?
Digital technology improvements are ever growing in the field of applications, reshaping the power industry. And of course, all industries, it is reshaping. One is the core technology of power generation that has got many changes if you compare it to the technology of the past 10 years or 15 years. Like that, in the boilers, we can say MOI system, micro oil ignition system, which saves a lot of oil during the startup of a boiler, which has drastically reduced the cost of fuel consumption during the start of boiler. Such technologies have come. And apart from these technologies in power generation, technologies in this boiler water treatment, We have got oxygen injection system in order to enhance the life of the boiler tubes, in order to prevent the leakage of the tubes. Such kind of new technologies have come in water chemistry area also. And apart from that, there are grid management system, smart grid management system have come in the advent of this renewable energy systems also. So that this smart grid systems, they have also come. And also the flexible operation mechanism, flexible operation system. So that there are many lot of technology changes in the areas of maintenance, in the areas of testing, like safety valve testing. We have got a different applicable tools for safety valves testing, which have reduced the cost of testing, and also the reliability of the performance of the equipment also increased. Especially in the digitalization era, power plants are fitted with the instruments that gather lakhs of data at a single time. So processing this data is a very complex task. We have got lot of data of last 10 years, 15 years for every plant, every power plant, we can say. But how to make the best use of this data? There comes the artificial intelligence and the data analytics. So basically on the condition-based monitoring, we can derive on these data concepts. So where these artificial intelligence tools are becoming more important. We have got such systems for condition-based monitoring, where the equipment vibration are monitored with that artificial intelligence system, where humans cannot judge what are the minor changes happening with the equipment during its running. So this digital technologies, they are helping in such a great way, so that we can reduce the breakdown of the equipment, and also the reliability of the entire power system has got increased. Other area is efficiency and diagnostic monitoring tools. We have got diagnostic tools for air preheaters, soot blowing system, cooling towers, transformer, like so many critical power plants equipment which are helping in the power generation. We have got the diagnostic tools for measuring their performance and predicting the failures also. So this is a lot of things are going with the new technologies and the new digitalization and artificial intelligence concepts which are upcoming in these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So moving ahead, as you know, we are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about this initiative taken about by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Hemal Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Yeah. WDC efforts on building the community of industry magnates, it is very, very important to the growing persons like me, those who are dreaming the corporate governance careers, especially Mr. Jishan and Mr. Heval. The activities they have initiated in India, it is becoming a very launch pad to the very aspiring newcomers to the boardroom. So it is helping in overall manners to gain the required skills for the corporate governance at boardrooms. Such a knowledge and imparting such a great knowledge and other skills, and also the interactions with the experts. So such kind of things what they are conducting over this platform, it is very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you for these really kind words. So it was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Vinayak Hegde. We wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably has expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. And all the different wonderful teachings and principles that you've shared with us, your wonderful career journey so far, I'm sure like everyone watching this, it is going to help them, inspire them, and grow in their careers as well. So thank you so much for being with us today on FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you.
Thank you.